Hey y'all. Psych. What's going on, everybody? This is your girl Lils, and welcome back to another episode of the Lils Experience. Look, okay, I know that I told y'all the last time that I wasn't going to just stop abruptly like that and go on a hiatus without saying anything. I mean, technically, I did say something, okay, when I stopped the last time. Look, baby steps. I did say something, okay? But I know I told y'all that I was going to stop doing that. And I am in the process of working on not shutting down completely when life is happening. Life is going to continue to happen every day. So I am working on that. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to my therapist. She's the bomb. I got a new one, by the way. Yeah, we gotta catch up. We gotta catch up, y'all. Well, see, look, this is the good thing. When I do go on my hiatus, I always come back with stuff for y'all. So it's like a good thing, right? No? Y'all don't agree? Okay. I'm sorry. But I am definitely working on that. I'm definitely working on not shutting down and, not giving up on myself and not seeing things through. I am inconsistent when it comes to a lot of things, you understand? And I hate that about myself, that, a lot of things I don't see through because I get distracted, or I just give up, or I just feel like whatever, it's not worth it, or, because life is just happening so much and things are just so crazy, it literally takes the life out of me. But I'm definitely doing the work at this moment to not do that, because I was actually convicted. And a couple people stepped on my toes a little bit. I ain't gonna say no names, Jamar, but they stepped on my toes actually a lot in regards to, when people do watch the show, when you guys do watch the show, I don't know who I'm connecting with, I don't know who this is reaching. I don't know who this is helping. And, when I take breaks like that actually, it's like I'm leaving you hanging, right? And it's like, that sucks, because nobody wants to be left hanging and nobody likes to be ghosted. So I don't know who it is that I'm connecting with. So, when I do take these like extended breaks and hiatuses, I don't know who's looking for the next episode. You understand what I'm saying? These episodes may just be helping somebody be able to get up the next day, maybe helping somebody get through something. So I am definitely going to continue to do the work so that I do see things through, and also so I can continue to give you content that's going to keep helping you, and that you can keep connecting with, because that really made me feel bad, that I just up and left again and I didn't really say too much. It's like I said, like, oh my God, it's a lot, but it's like I didn't really explain what that a lot is. Of course we are still in this pandemic right now. Things are even crazier in regards to, like our government and things like that. So it's just like really heavy right now. But in spite of this heaviness and in spite of all the mayhem, the chaos and confusion, God still has been working on our behalf, and he's still, turning things around for our good. So I think for me, I just started to get defeated. I started to just allow everything that was happening around me to stop me from doing what it is that I'm supposed to do. And the Lils Experience is definitely something that I am supposed to do. The Lils Experience is supposed to be one of my main priorities. So I wasn't fulfilling that, and I had to, hold myself accountable for that. I had to definitely take a look in the mirror. I had to, take it to God. I had to talk to him about it, just simply because he put it on my spirit. So I am learning to to not allow what's happening to stop me from, you know, doing what it is that I've been called to do and what I have a passion, you know, for, but also to not allow it to stop me from being the best version of myself or the better version of myself. So that's where I am with this. And I just want to let y'all know that despite what it is that I'm dealing with, or despite what it is that I'm going through, I promise to give y'all my 100%. I promise to push my way through, because I have been pushing my way through, and I know that you guys have been pushing your way through this entire pandemic. We've all had our own struggles, and we've all had our own battles. We've all lost people to this virus. You know, we all are in some type of situation where, you know, this virus has put a strain on our everyday lives, and being able to link up and be with our loved ones and our friends, and just, you know, be able to walk outside without a mask on. You understand what I'm saying? So I know that right now it's definitely been hard. So, you know, it's like I had to understand, like, Leanne, just as it's been hard for you, it's been hard for everybody else. And, you know, you're one of the people that they're counting on to at least get a good laugh from. You understand what I'm saying? Because right now, everybody need a good laugh. Everybody need a good laugh. You know, despite whatever is happening right now, God always gives us something to laugh about. God always gives us something to smile about. You know, I've been put on this earth to do just that. I've been put here to spread, you know, some laughter and some joy and encouragement. And, you know, by any means, I am going to do that. So I made a promise to you guys, and I made a promise to myself, most importantly, you know, and I'm going to keep it. If y'all want to hold me accountable, you definitely can. If y'all want to be my accountability partners, I am down for that. Okay. Y'all want to slide me a little DM like, did you record this week? Are you going to record? You understand what I'm saying? If y'all want to do that, that is totally fine. I am down for that. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I apologize for ghosting y'all again, but I am definitely working that out. And I'm here. So, this season is going to be a little different than the other seasons before. I'm going to, you know, take you guys with me on, you know, just my everyday life. If you want to consider this vlogging, whatever, like, whatever it is you want to call it, let it be that. But, you know, I just want to give you guys just a deeper look into my everyday life and, you know, the things I do. I'm not this person who, you know, I mean, I don't know, but I'm just, you know, I'm going to take you guys with me, you know, when I'm doing things, certain things, and when I'm just in my element and things like that. So I'm going to be incorporating that this season, just so you guys can see, like, you know what, Lils, if you could do it, I could do it too. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to be incorporating a lot more of that this season. For a little check-in, really quickly, I am still in school. I'm almost done. I will be graduating in the winter of this year. UCC, they do have a winter commencement ceremony. So after this semester, I'll only need 11 credits to graduate. I can do that in both summer sessions. So when I pass the spring semester, I'm claiming that in the name of Jesus. When I pass this spring semester, I'll be taking both summer sessions so I can be done. And this semester, I am full-time. I have to, in order for me to only have that little amount of credits left needed to graduate, I have to be full-time this semester. So it's definitely going to be a lot more intense. Now, I don't know about y'all, but having to go to school, you know, work full time, in a pandemic, that hit different. Like, that hit so different. Like, I don't know. It was just like, okay, this too much. Like, and it's not like I had remote live classes. I think if I had remote live classes, I would have threw my laptop. I would have broke it. I'm not doing that. I can't. I can't do that. I cannot. So, shout out to, all of y'all who had remote live classes this semester, this past semester or whatever. Like, y'all the real MVPs, cause your girl, nah, I can't. I cannot. It just intensified everything, like being in a whole pandemic. But the professors that I had, they were awesome in regards to, just understanding where we are, understanding that everybody has lives, and understanding that they're teaching a class full of adults, that they're not teaching a bunch of, 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds. They teaching, some heavy hitters, some 30s and up. You understand what I'm saying? So they were amazing with that. But they also low-key was a little annoying with the amount of work that they were still requiring. I'm just like, girl, relax. Like, you're doing too much. Like, that's too much work. And you want me to turn everybody win? No, you might not get it. So I don't know. But I got through it. I passed with 2 B pluses and a C. At first, I was a little upset about that C, but because this last semester was mad brutal, I was like, you know what? I passed. C's get degrees. All right? Don't y'all ever forget that. C's get degrees. I'm gonna put that on the t-shirt because I need y'all to understand that. Don't beat yourself up if you got a C on your like at the end of the semester for that class, because C's do get degrees. Don't ever get that twisted. Don't ever forget it. Now, I'm not saying just aim for the C. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to shoot for the stars. But if you just so happen, right, to come up short, just know that C's get degrees. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, school definitely was real crazy this past semester, but I did it. Y'all did it. Shout out to all of the high school graduates that graduated last year. I know it sucks that you guys had to miss out on, all of the senior year festivities like prom, and you understand what I'm saying, project graduation, and just doing foolish stuff because it's senior year. You understand what I'm saying? You guys definitely were robbed of that. But at the end of the day, you're here. You made it. I think that shutting school down was the absolute best idea. You understand what I'm saying? For safety reasons. So, yeah, that definitely, I know that had to like hurt in a major way. So shout out to you guys. You guys rock. You're awesome. Shout out to the college graduates who graduated last year. Like I said, I know it was intense. I know it was crazy, but you made it also. And for anybody else who is interested in going back to school, let me just be the first to tell you, stop allowing it to just be a thought and just do it. Going back to school, I would probably say was one of the best decisions that I could have made for myself. Because this is going to help me get to where it is that I'm trying to be, and also, where God wants me to be, especially with the profession that, has been placed on my spirit. I want to be a licensed therapist. I say that probably in most of my episodes, and I want to open up my own practice, my own spiritual based practice. So going back to school for me was the best decision that I could have ever made for myself, and it's one of the best decisions that you could ever make for yourself. I know a lot of people are like, well, school ain't for everybody, and that's fine, right? But don't allow people to discourage you from going to school or going back to school. We all know that school is hella expensive, right? We all know that the average person, doesn't make enough to be able to pay their tuition out of pocket, right? We do know that you're gonna have to take out a loan. We do know that you're gonna have to apply for financial aid. We do know that you're gonna have to, look for grants and apply for grants and do XYZ, right? but you can't allow that to discourage you, right? Because that means that you just already given up before you even try. And that's the worst thing that you ever want to do, is give up on yourself. So I do encourage anybody who is thinking about going back to school, or who's never been and they want to go back to school. Now is the time. Y'all gonna hear me say that a lot. Now is the time, because now is the time. God is telling us now is the time. It is the time to do the things that he's called us to do. So do whatever you gotta do. Pray about it. You understand what I'm saying? Let it marinate, let it sit. But I definitely think that, you know, that could be one of the best decisions that you'll ever make for yourself. Because ultimately you're doing it for you. You have a support system. That's awesome. If you don't have a support system, you know, it'll definitely be a little bit more challenging, but you're never alone because God is with you. So just definitely keep that in mind. And yeah, like I said, do that. So I know that I briefly mentioned to y'all how I have a new therapist. Let me just explain something to y'all. Therapy is a job within itself, right? And looking for a therapist is also a job within itself. Looking for a good therapist, a consistent one. You understand what I'm saying? Someone who is actually going to do the work to get you to do the work. That is very difficult. Especially finding Black therapists, right? We know that Black therapists are very far and few in between. You know, so it's already challenging enough to find just a Black therapist, period, right? So it's even 10 times harder to find a Black therapist that is consistent and is actually, you know, doing the work that she's supposed to do as a therapist, and also insinuating that you need to do the work, you know, for your mental health and things like that. So the therapist that I previously had, you know, she took me as far as she could take me, right? And it wasn't that I wasn't willing, you know, like I very much, what's the word I'm looking for? I very much allowed myself to experience that, right? I every time I showed up to therapy, I was there 100%. You know, I'm not sure I don't know what the issue was, but it was just like that. That's all I could say. And I mean, at that point, it was just like, okay, it's time for me to look elsewhere, you know. No ill feelings toward that queen. She is still a Black, beautiful queen. I'm very appreciative of the gems that I was able to receive from her, but God was taking me to another level, which means that I needed to start digging deeper, right? I needed to actually get to the root instead of just scratching the surface, because we did a lot of surface work. You know, there wasn't any deep-rooted work being done with my previous therapist. So, you know, God said, all right, okay, you got your practice with therapy, but I got to take you somewhere else now. I got to take you to another level now, because if I don't, then you're going to self-destruct. So at that point, it's like, okay, I'm back at square one again. Because like I said, finding a Black therapist, you know, that's just, whew. And then finding one who's consistent and you know, engaged and things like that, that's even harder. Not saying that they're not out there, but it's just harder to find. You know, good things are usually hard to come across. So that's just basically where I was. And then a really good friend of mine, you know, I reached out to her. Well, actually, we was talking in conversation, and then she mentioned to me about her therapist, and I was like, oh, well, send me her information because I'm looking for a new one. And she did, and it was by the grace of God. I was her last new client that she took on. She was like, Leanne, you so lucky because I just said I was not taking on no more clients after your friend. She was like, but I definitely, I can squeeze you in. So, I just expressed to her what my issues were with the last one in regards to scheduling and when we would meet and things like that. Yeah, I did express to her my concerns in regards to scheduling and things like that. So she was very honest with me. She told me that, if she could not do it, then she would not even bother to waste my time and would recommend me to somebody else. But so far, so good. This is definitely a different experience than my last therapist and the first one. So I'm on my third therapist, y'all. And I do feel like this is the one, just simply because based off of the work that is being done. Let me not speak in the past tense because I'm still going. The work that's currently being done, this definitely is this the one. Like this the one. So that definitely has played a major part in me getting behind the camera again, right? Because I had to really start to face some things that I was trying to run from, or some things that I have been suppressing for years. And it was just starting to just spill out, right? Spill out in a way that has not happened in a very, very, very long time. So at that point, it's just like, okay, if I don't do this, then I'm going to self-destruct, right? So my therapist was she was blunt, but not hurtful, right? A lot of people, and I say this all the time. I feel like I say this like every episode. A lot of people confuse being honest with being rude, right? They feel like, oh, well, I'm keeping it real. No, you're keeping it real rude. You're keeping it real disrespectful. If you don't chill, like, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. So people, confuse that or whatever. And my therapist, the new one that I have, she's very honest. She's so blunt, but in the nicest way possible. It's so weird. I've never met somebody like this in my life. Like, she says the most blunt and honest things, but in such a, such a tone where it's like, okay, tell me more. Like, tell me more. You understand what I'm saying? As opposed to, well, because like, it's a complete difference, right? So this time around, the work that's being done is a lot of deep-rooted work, and I will definitely get more into that, in later episodes to come. I have no problem with discussing, my therapy and where I am with that, because I know a lot of you have been considering going to therapy, or you actually went out and got a therapist. So I have no problem with sharing that. If there are things that I feel like, not yet, then I'm not even gonna bother bringing them to the table. In due time, you understand what I'm saying? Everything has a season, and this may not be the season for me to give that to y'all yet, right? So again, I have no problem with sharing that, because I definitely think that going to therapy is such a beautiful experience, right? It allows you to get to know yourself all over again. It allows you to build yourself back up, because we're going to therapy for a reason. Something's wrong, and I think that going to therapy should be a part of everybody's lives. Everybody has experienced something at least once in their life, and some more than others, right? So I really think that going to therapy is something that should just be a part of your life, like washing your hands. It should be like, oh, I'm going to my therapist this week. I got a session. You understand what I'm saying? That is definitely something that needs to take place, especially in the Black community. We are making strides in regards to mental health in the Black community, but we can make bigger ones. You know, we're still dealing with the older generation who, you know, frowns upon it because they're still living in the mentality of, okay, well, it happened, you can't do nothing about it. I can do something about how I'm responding to this trauma. I can do something about it, right? So we have to stop allowing that generation to continue to speak defeat over our lives. And, you know, at the end of the day, I don't think that they're doing it intentionally. I don't even think they realize that they're speaking that doubt over us, right? Because that's what they know. And then that's what their people knew. And then their people. And then, you understand what I'm saying? So it's just doubt and generational curses that just keep being, you know, passed down. And once they see that, you know, we're trying to break it, that's unfamiliar territory to them, right? So they don't know how to respond. So what do you do when you don't know how to respond to something? You just shut down. Or you turn, you understand what I'm saying? You put, it falls on deaf ears at that point, right? You know, people hate things that they don't understand because it scares them. When they don't understand something, it scares them. So, we definitely have to continue to make strides in this area because this is what's going to, help us get to where it is that, you know, we want to be in life. And as a whole, I'm not just talking about, you understand what I'm saying, career wise and money. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about mentally. I'm talking about physically, right? Because when you start to feel good, well, when you engage more in physical activities as far as working out and things like that make you feel good, right? It makes you feel like, okay, I have this to do today. You know what? I look forward to working out tomorrow. I look forward to getting up tomorrow because I have to work out. And when I work out, I feel good, right? And by me working out, I'm gonna also look good and feel good about myself. So there are connections in these things. And people don't really they don't really realize it, especially like I said, the older generation. So we just have to definitely continue to keep taking those strides, and we definitely have to continue to keep working on us so that we can be the best versions of ourselves and be able to pass that down to our children. You know, we always talk about passing down and like making sure that our kids have an inheritance, right? And, you know, a legacy. What good is that inheritance and that legacy and you passing down depression, you passing down anxiety, you passing down suicide, you passing down bipolar? Like, what good is any of that, right? What good is any of that money if your kid turns 16 years old and he feel like this money ain't nothing and he don't want to live anymore and he take his life? Like, we got to understand that money is not everything. Money plays a major role in our lives, but at the end of the day, we've seen celebrities, some of the most richest celebrities, take their own lives because of the fact that they were not happy, they were lonely, they weren't fulfilled, the money didn't fill a void in their lives. You understand what I'm saying? I know we all joke about the things, you know, we would do for, you know, a certain amount of money, or, you know, if we had millions, we would be good, but you don't know that, right? And what are you doing, right, to make sure that you're good on the inside to be able to handle that type of increase? That's a mental thing. Being able to have that type of increase. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That you have to be right in the mind. You get what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to make the smart choices. You're gonna have to make the right choices. So what makes you think that you are in a position? What's this? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got an email. I'm sorry. Anyway, though, like I said, what make you think that mentally you are in any condition to handle that? You don't know, right? So that's why you got to start to do the work now. so we don't keep passing down those things to our children. I don't want to pass down depression to my daughter. I don't want to pass down low self-esteem to my son. I don't want to pass that down to them. Why? Because it stops here with me, right? So I'm not going to pass that down to them. I'm not going to do it because that's not fair to them. That ain't no inheritance. That's a hindrance. Stop, like passing down these hindrances. You understand? Like, it got to stop somewhere. So that's why I feel like, yes, we are making great strides with this whole mental health thing, but we can make bigger ones. And it's going to take all of us to come together and to do that. Is it going to be very difficult? Absolutely. Do I think we can do it? Absolutely. Y'all see what happened when we come together? Okay, like, we could do it. So, like I said, we have a lot to catch up on. I'm gonna walk you guys through that. Why my voice just got like that? Like, I'm gonna walk you guys through that. Like, son, that just reminded me of, y'all remember that show on Hot 97 with Cherry Martinez? Yo, that's when all the dudes used to be calling up the who was in jail and stuff like that, whatever. And then the girl, no, and not the dudes that was in jail, but it was the girls that was going with the dudes that was in jail, whatever. And they was like sending a little sexy message or something like that. I want to say it was called, what is it? Not Love After Lockup. That's the actual show. What was the name of that? I'm going to Google it and I'm going to find out. And I'm coming up, I'm going to tell y'all about it. But that's what that just reminded me of. Like, why would I do that? Like, I was trying to be funny. But no, we have a lot to catch up about, y'all. We have a lot to catch up. We have a lot to talk about. I'm very excited to bring y'all with me throughout the day, and just see what it is that I'm doing or what I'm not doing. But I'm very excited about this season, just simply because this season probably will be my most, I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say most authentic, because then that would make it seem like the other episodes weren't. But I would say this season definitely is going to be raw. I would say that. Not because of like, I'm about to start wilding, but just showing y'all, showing y'all things that, I normally wouldn't, or, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to express myself in a way that I haven't been expressing myself on previous episodes, just simply because I was trying to, I guess, suppress things and just, but I'm in a different space now. I'm not there anymore. I'm not, how can I put this? I'm open to the process. It's going to be a little rough around the edges. I'm rough around the edges. So the show going to be a little rough around the edges, but that's fine. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That's fine, y'all. First of all, my friends know me. They already know what's up. Like, so, yeah, I'm ready to take this out. It's cute or whatever. Like, I definitely shook the gram when I posted my flick. You know what I'm saying? With this style. But it's time to go. I'm over it. So, yeah. But no, this season, I am very excited about it. I cannot wait to share these things with you guys. And just, I don't know, just be here with the Lil's experience. I'm just really happy to be back with it. I feel like I am in a different space to talk to you guys. And I've always said that I want to give you guys my best, because you deserve it, and I also deserve my best. So I am in that space now to make sure that I provide y'all with that. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up tonight because I still got an errand to run or whatever. And then I gotta come back home and do some stuff for church. Oh my goodness, I gotta do all of that by 10 o'clock because I got a bedtime now. It's not like that. It's not that. When you're in your 30s, We gotta have a bedtime. If like, I just honestly feel like at this age, if you don't at least get a good 7 hours, you done up. You understand what I'm saying? A good 6 or 7, you done up at that. I'll be done up. You know what? Let me not talk to everybody else. I be done up. So I gotta go ahead and run that errand so I can get back home and, you know, do what I gotta do and then get my tie behind in the bed. So stay tuned, y'all. I promise it'll be worth your while. And we're gonna definitely get into some things. So before we get up out of here, right? I know I have some new viewers who probably are not familiar with how we end this show, right? So for my new viewers and for, you know, my returning viewers, my faithful few, before we get up out of here, okay, let me just remind you to do these three things. Mind your business, drink your water, and talk to God. This is your girl Lils with the Lils Experience. Until next time, peace.